What is good, Tesla family? It's Ray J back with another video, and in this video, I'm going to be talking about the one and only Tesla stock and why I'm still very bullish for the long-term future. However, guys, Tesla was in the red today, so I'm going to talk about what under the technical indicators are showing. I'm going to talk about why under Tesla and the overall stock market were in the red. I'm going to talk about what the jobs report just showed, what the Fed is talking about, what on earth is going on around the world, and why on earth I still am not losing faith in Tesla, guys. We do have some very good pieces of news that just came out, and Elon Musk did like a very important tweet that is very indicative of how important it is that Tesla is expanding their business model. Now, before I do talk about Elon Musk's tweets, before I talk about Tesla's technical analysis, I do have to mention some very important things first. First off, I'm not a financial planner, guys. This is all for educational and entertainment purposes only. And also, if you guys can, please smash the like button if you want to see more videos like this. And not only benefits me, but benefits the entire Tesla community as a whole. And the last things, if you guys can, please check out the Moomoo link down below in the description. If you do sign up for Moomoo and deposit up to $100, you're going to get up to 5 free stocks, each worth up to $3,500. Once again, it's free money if you simply sign up and deposit $100. You'll also get free real-time level 2 data for US stocks and $0 commission trading. So please check that out if you guys want. And with that out of the way, let's get on with the video. So looking at Tesla, it's down about 3.54% for the day. Now Tesla's in the red right now. However, guys, we can't just look at Tesla because look at this from the 5-day chart. If I bring up the 5-day chart, look at this right here. Tesla was about to actually explode, right? They absolutely crushed when it came to deliveries. They had a lot of momentum, but then a lot of things from the outside, right? External factors caused Tesla to drop, and that's exactly what happened today. So I do need to address that first before I talk about these technicals and what's going on with Tesla. So don't lose your faith just yet, guys. We need to talk about what's going on first before we talk about Tesla. So look at the S&P, right? It's down 0.4% right now, right? The S&P is starting to drop. If you look at the Nasdaq, the same thing happened. It's down 0.96%. So the entire market, or essentially the entire market, was in the red today. And I do need to talk about why on earth that is. So basically, the same thing that I've been talking about over the last couple of days is still playing its role, such as the Fed basically becoming more hawkish and tightening on policy. Now, I also want to talk about this right here, guys. As you guys know, the jobs report just came out. Now, the media is kind of exaggerating, saying that it's absolutely horrible. And yeah, it was pretty bad, but it's not the end of the world because of the fact that our unemployment rate fell to about 3.9%. So that's pretty good in my opinion. However, guys, payrolls only rose by 199,000. Now, non-farm payrolls rose by 199,000 in December. That's very, very, very like fewer than the 422,000 estimate. Once again, we were expecting more than twice, but even though this is happening, it's pretty concerning news, so to speak, from an economic standpoint. But the thing is, unemployment is still not at a very, very bad rate, right? They estimated it to be about 4.1%. It's actually at 3.9%, which is pretty good. However, guys, I do have to know something very important about this data, and that's the fact that the employment, the amount of people that are willing to work right now, is a lot lower now than where it was before the whole pandemic situation started. So this data is a little bit skewed, which is why unemployment may look a lot better than what it actually would be. But at the end of the day, guys, I just want to be honest with you guys. This data is not the best, so to speak. In fact, it's not even good. It's pretty bad, in my opinion. It's not the worst data possible, as the unemployment rate is not horrible, but at the end of the day, it's still pretty concerning. And this is why the Fed is probably going to have to tighten a little bit more because of this. And this in turn is leading to even more FUD that's coming out there. The Fed is probably going to tighten on policy once again. They're going to have to be raising rates to address inflation and do all, the same things that they've been doing. And Jerome Powell did state that he's going to be much more hawkish, and that he, in turn, did not expect the jobs report to be the way it is right now. Now, this in turn is what's probably going to cause the Fed to be more aggressive, and that is leading to the amount of fear that we are seeing. Now, typically interest rates rise, and as a result of that, the market starts to correct, right? It takes a little bit of time. But right now, there's so much fear right now. And I feel like the fear and greed index is not showing it, but there is some fear and concern about how this is going to play out, which is why the market is tanking. Now, the fear and greed index is still showing neutral, but I don't necessarily agree with it right now. I just think that there is some uncertainty that's playing a lot of a role, and it should be a little bit more on the fearful side. But right now, it claims it's neutral, so I guess you could still argue that. But I'm just putting it out there, guys, that the market is not in a perfect state right now. Now, there's one last piece of news I'm going to talk about real quick. As you guys know, there's a lot of unrest in Kazakhstan, and there's some very important things about this, right? It's actually a big, big, big country that's very important for the uranium. It's basically providing uranium for the entire world, right? 40% of it. And on top of that, it's very important for the US as it has been a very promising supplier. So, with all the social unrest going on and the fact that the internet access ended up shutting down there with all this crazy things, which I'm not going to go in full detail about the situation. I'm trying to remain nonpartisan, keep this short, but they are the second biggest country for Bitcoin mining too. So, this in turn has had a very negative effect on crypto and it has affected the market at least to some degree. So, I just wanted to address this at least somewhat because it does affect the overall stock market because the US does depend on Kazakhstan for to some degree for the uranium. So at the end of the day, guys, I really wish the best for all the people there. I really wish that innocent people don't get hurt, but that's what's going on, right? It's the uncomfortable truth, and that in turn is playing a role in the market being red the way it is. Now, as the market is in the red, this in turn is affecting Tesla and causing Tesla to drop with it, right? And this is not Tesla's fault, right? Nothing here had Tesla's name in it. Tesla didn't cause the jobs report to be the way it is or the social unrest across the globe. It's not Tesla's fault. It's not the Tesla's fault that the Fed is acting the way it is. So don't blame Tesla for it, right? The fundamentals are still there. And this company was about to break all-time highs a couple of days ago, in my opinion, and it just straight up flipped from there. So where are we going from now? And let's just look at the technical indicators and talk about what they are basically suggesting. So let me bring up this chart right here and let me zoom into today. So as you guys can see, we're currently trading a little bit below the exponential moving averages, and that's every single one of them, even during the shorter time frames. That's a little bit bearish, so to speak. We are treating this as resistance. Now, on top of that, guys, look at the MACD. It flipped with the 9-day moving average, and we've been dropping since then, which is another bearish indicator. Now, the CCI is looking kind of okay, a little bit low, but for Tesla standards, the RSI is pretty low too at 36.48. What does this mean for Tesla? This means that, look, even though it's looking more bearish than bullish, I do want to note something very important, and that is its very, very strong level of support would be the $1,000 range. Now, the thing about the market is I don't necessarily know if we could truly say that we're in a bear market, right? We could see some fluctuations. The market could still rebound like next week, maybe trade a little bit sideways, which could cause Tesla to be in the green. It's possible. It's just a possibility. But based off the indicators, based off the data I'm giving you, it seems more probable. It's more probable that we're going to see more red coming up. So I think for next week, guys, look out for the resistance at 1000. Now, I don't want to like talk about the 900s just yet. I just want to talk about the resistance. I'm sorry, support at 1000. We want to look at support at 1000 and hold that out very, very well. Now, if Tesla doesn't hold that out, it could begin to drop very, very dramatically. But at the end of the day, it's not the end of the world, right? Because we still have some very bullish catalysts that could still cause Tesla to rebound a little bit, even if the market is in the red. I did talk about this in a previous video, and I do think that the support at 1000 could last at least for the time being, but it could drop a little bit lower if it ends up breaking it. So please just be on the lookout for that support. And with that out of the way, let's talk about this right here. So I did talk to you guys yesterday about the gigafactories in Berlin and the gigafactory in Texas. They're on the verge of actually starting. So that's still very bullish news for 2022. I still think 2022 is going to be a fantastic year for Tesla. So when it comes to its share price, this thing could drop. Sure, but there's still going to be some green days, guys. So don't lose faith just yet because it's not Tesla's fault and the fundamentals are still there. But anyways, the news did talk about this right here. Electric reported that Tesla launches the Plaid track mode to track it's going to push the track performance to a whole new level. And once again, we're seeing a new piece of software that's going to really help them look at different controls. It's going to improve their performance, and it's a very cool thing that we're basically looking at. And now the track mode version 2 in essence is going to help us learn about more customizable features, the maps and everything like that. And it basically shows that the Tesla Model S is like a race car, and it broke some track records, I believe, in like 2020. And it's a very good sign looking forward because once again, they're crushing it. Even though it's an electric car, it's still crushing it. That's a very bullish piece of news coming out for the future because of the fact that the Tesla Model S Plaid could have a lot of enthusiasm associated with it, and especially because of the fact that it could also improve their numbers. Their revenue could start going up because of this. It's very cool. Now, this isn't the biggest thing in the world, but I just wanted to report it. I also want to talk about this right here. Now, Inside EVs reported that this Tesla Model S P85 surpassed 1.5 million kilometers, guys. absolutely crushing it. 1 million miles might be achieved later this year, once again showing that a Tesla could just keep on running and running and running. It shows that these cars are not cheap, they're durable, they're strong, and they could last for perhaps 1 million miles. Let's go, guys. It's a very, very good sign in my opinion. Now, what does this mean for Tesla? This means that it could improve their fundamentals. Their cars are just crushing it. Their cars will last very long. They're very sustainable. And this could be very good in the eyes of investors and consumers, which could incentivize them to buy more Teslas as EV sales increase. So, once again, they're long lasting cars, which could incentivize more and more sales, which in turn could improve their deliveries numbers, their production, and everything like that. So, once again, very good piece of news. We want very good fundamentals, and we like things like this, which are very good for the company. Now, to end the video, guys, I want to talk about this right here. Although Elon Musk has not been tweeting a lot about Tesla quite recently, which is kind of surprising in my opinion, it could mean that very soon he might announce something very big. I do think he's going to announce some very big updates involving the Texas Gigafactory and the Berlin Gigafactory. It could be coming very soon. But at the end of the day, he did like this tweet right here, which I think is a very good piece of news. Basically, this person stated that Italy just succeeded 400 superchargers in the country. Once again, very awesome as Tesla's crushing it in Europe. And I think that their European sales are going to get better and better as time progresses because supercharging networks are getting more and more and more accepted. So my point is, and my main argument is that they're expanding their business model. They're getting bigger across the world. And just yesterday, Elon Musk was tweeting about Switzerland, right? He said, "Yay, Switzerland!" Because Switzerland was, I believe, the Tesla Model S was the number one car in Switzerland. Now they have all these superchargers in Italy. Then they're entering the energy storage business in Texas. I mean, they're all over the world. That's a very good bullish piece of news. Imagine what the revenue is going to be looking like in the future. It's very, very good for investors and institutional investors too. So with that said, guys, look, the fundamentals are there for this company. We still have bullish catalysts for 2022, which could lead to high volatility. That's what I anticipate. But at the end of the day, guys, Tesla is not perfect in a way where it's just going to be green every single day. Even if the market is, bringing all these prices down, Tesla's going to drop with it. But at the end of the day, I don't think it's just going to be like that forever. But there are going to be times like that which are affecting tech stocks. So as the federal funds rate ends up going up, and these yield charts end up flipping, right? This is in turn going to hurt tech stocks such as Tesla. Tesla's getting dragged into a mess which it had little to nothing to do with. So what I'm trying to let you know is we're going to see red, okay? I'm going to be real with you. We're going to see a little bit of red here and there, but it's not necessarily the end because this thing will quickly rebound eventually. And there are still some very bullish catalysts that could cause Tesla to still see quite a bit of green, even in 2022 if the market is in the red. So with that said and done, guys, don't be surprised, okay? Don't be too fearful. Remain calm, cool, and collected and look at every single one of the fundamentals because the fundamentals are what give me the confidence that this company, even if it's in the red right now, it'll eventually rebound. It's eventually going to crush it, and all time highs will come again if you simply give yourself patience and you never ever quit. So I thank you for listening, guys. Be patient, as patience is a virtue, and never give up on your dreams. I thank you for listening, guys. Please have a great rest of the day, and I'll see you in the next one. Tesla to the moon, and peace out.